Yes, good evening, members. This is Biology King Yugi. Yesterday, we were discussing the 7 pillars of life, which are the 7 characteristics of living things, and among them it was movement. Now, movement simply refers to turning of part of an organism. Okay, it should not be confused with locomotion, which refers to the changing of position by an organism. This time around, we are talking about part of an organism changing its position. So examples of movements that occurs in our body, we can cite a very good example. We can cite blood circulation. Blood circulation, okay? Blood circulation is a very good example of movement because blood is moving within the entire body system, taking with it a lot of important useful substances like nutrients, respiratory gases, hormones, enzymes, and many other important biomolecules. Then another good example is the lymphatic circulation. Lymphatic circulation here, a fluid called the lymph, mainly composed of defenses of the body, like white blood cells, is circulating through lymphatic vessels. Unlike blood, which saturates through blood vessels, this one saturates through lymphatic vessels, taking useful substances like components of the immunity to defend the body. Then you can cite tissue fluid circulation. Tissue fluid circulation. This is a fluid between cells. It is also moving from one place to another within the body. That's very important. Another thing, movement of limbs. For example, my hand is moving, my lips are moving. As I'm blinking the eyes, that is movement. So those are some of the examples of movement. We cannot forget about, for example, ions, movement of ions into and outside cells across the plasma membrane. But also there is also intracellular movement. For example, we can cite movement of messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, for example, transfer RNA from the nucleus to the cytoplasm, from the nucleus to the cytoplasm. That one is very important. We can think of tropisms for the case of plants. Tropisms, these are the plant growth substances in response to a unidirectional stimulus. Those are also kinds of movement. Those are also examples of movement. So movement refers to changing of part of an organism, unlike a locomotion, which refers to changing of position by an organism. That's locomotion. For it refers to changing of the position of an organism, of the whole organism. So movement, an organism may be in one place, but it is moving. Locomotion, it is impossible for an organism to locomote when it is in one place. Therefore, since many organisms don't locomote, locomotion doesn't qualify to be a characteristic of all living organisms, but it is to some. But here we are considering all living organisms in this case here. So locomotion, some was not locomote, even some animals don't locomote. We can cite a very good example, like the sponges that belongs to Phyla and Polyphylla. For them, they don't locomote, but they move. So movement qualifies it to be an important pillar of biology. So there is a lot of discussion of biology that can be rooted into this characteristic of life, which is movement. I wish you a nice listening and watching. Have a good evening. I remain Biology King Yugi. Thank you very much.